Ever wondered what goes on after you hit that buy now button
Oh, yeah.
on like your favorite website? We're taking you behind the scenes for a deep dive into warehouse work. You've shown some interest in this field,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to uncover what those job postings don't always tell you,
Yeah.
the real deal about this industry.
We'll be looking at RoleCatcher's insights
Yeah.
on everything from day-to-day tasks and the skills that you need
Okay.
to how technology is changing warehouse work
Wow.
and even some potential career paths that you could take.
This is really interesting to me because when I think warehouse work, I think just like moving boxes. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of the limit of my
Yeah.
imagination right now. But RoleCatcher even mentions specialized roles and certifications.
Absolutely.
Like forklift operation,
Yeah.
which can boost your earning power.
It's true. It's a lot more diverse than people realize.
Okay.
The field is in
That's
fact,
good.
RoleCatcher defines warehouse workers as the backbone of logistics, highlighting just how crucial they are to our entire supply chain.
Backbone of logistics.
Yeah.
Okay, so that sounds a little
Yeah.
more intense than
It does.
just like stacking boxes.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah. What does that actually mean, though, for like someone on the warehouse floor?
It means making sure things are moving smoothly.
Okay.
From the moment goods arrive to when they're stored and eventually when they get out to the customer.
Okay.
Think about it. Every single thing that you buy online or see in a store has probably passed through the hands
Oh, wow. Yeah,
of a warehouse worker at some point.
that's true.
They're the ones that make sure that products are received, that they're documented, stored efficiently, and then prepped for shipment
Wow.
without a hitch.
Okay.
So it's a big job.
So if I'm picturing myself in a warehouse,
Yeah.
it's not just about being physically strong.
Not at all.
Oh,
Well, there definitely is a physical component, and we'll talk about that. The role requires a real blend of skills, from inventory management and organization to operating specialized equipment and ensuring quality control.
mm-hmm.
It's a dynamic environment where things are constantly moving.
Okay, so you have to be on top of it.
There
You
we
have
go.
to be like on your game.
Absolutely.
RoleCatcher describes the work environment as large, open warehouse spaces, noisy and busy.
Yeah.
They even mentioned working in varying temperatures.
Uh-huh.
Paint a picture for our listener. What's the reality like day to day?
Imagine like a really well-orchestrated dance,
Okay.
but with forklifts and conveyor belts.
Okay.
It's fast-paced efficiency is key. You're on your feet moving around.
Yeah.
And there's this constant hum of activity
Right.
from machinery to your colleagues coordinating tasks,
Yeah.
temperature-wise. It definitely varies.
Okay.
Depending on what the warehouse stores, you could be bundled up one day
Right.
and sweating the next.
Wow.
So,
That sounds intense.
yeah.
No wonder RoleCatcher highlighted physical stamina
Yeah.
and the ability to work on your feet as key traits for anybody considering this.
Absolutely. Those are crucial.
Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Technology is changing the game.
Okay.
Remember those barcode scanners and warehouse management systems we mentioned?
Yeah.
Those are becoming more and more common,
Okay.
and they're impacting both the physical demands
Okay.
and the skills that are required.
So it's not just about like brute strength then.
No.
It sounds like warehouse work requires a real blend of like physical and mental agility.
Mhm.
RoleCatcher even lists attention to detail as a key skill.
Yeah.
And they're not talking about like color coordinating boxes, are they?
No, no, not quite.
Okay.
It's more about understanding that every item has its place.
Okay.
Think of it like a giant, meticulously organized puzzle.
Okay.
Every piece matters.
Okay.
Even a small error can have a ripple effect.
Right.
Imagine a customer waiting for a delivery.
Yeah.
And it's delayed because their order is lost somewhere in a mountain of boxes.
Oh, no.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
That's what keeps everything running smoothly.
So you're a vital part.
You know the
Nice.
whole
Whole,
supply chain.
the whole thing. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like a high stakes game of Tetris,
Right.
but in real life with like
With consequences.
real consequences. Exactly.
Yes.
RoleCatcher also mentioned basic math skills. I kind of blew past that in my head. I was like, math.
You wouldn't necessarily think of it,
Well, warehouse.
right?
No.
But it's there.
Okay, give me an example of how that actually like plays out.
Let's say you're receiving a huge shipment of products.
Okay.
You need to figure out how much space that's going to take up,
Okay.
how to organize it,
Okay.
maybe even how many boxes can fit on a pallet without going over the weight limit.
Right.
It might seem simple,
Yeah.
but those calculations,
Yeah.
they're really important for preventing accidents
Oh,
and
absolutely.
making sure orders are fulfilled correctly.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm starting to realize that there's a lot more brain power involved in this line of work
It's not just about
than I initially thought.
Ron, it's about brains too.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of leveling up, RoleCatcher outlined potential career paths for warehouse workers,
Yeah?
starting as a warehouse worker and then potentially becoming a warehouse associate or even moving into supervisory roles.
Absolutely.
Tell me more about that. What does climbing the ladder look like in this field?
So you usually start by learning the basics.
Okay.
Receiving, packing, storing,
Great.
getting to know how things work in the warehouse.
So proving yourself being reliable.
Exactly. Show them you're a hard worker, that you can learn quickly.
Right.
As you gain experience, you might become a warehouse associate.
Okay.
More responsibility.
Okay.
Maybe you're training new hires,
Okay.
operating specialized equipment.
Like forklifts.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or even overseeing a specific area in the warehouse.
Becoming like the
go-to person?
go-to expert. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it.
That's right. And from there, if you're dedicated and you keep learning,
Mm-hmm.
you can aim for those supervisory roles.
Okay.
Imagine managing teams,
Wow.
coordinating logistics for the entire warehouse.
That's a lot of responsibility.
It is,
Yeah.
but it's also very rewarding.
Okay, so that's where those certifications come in.
They could be a game
The
changer.
forklift certification that RoleCatcher mentioned.
For example,
Yeah.
those certifications show you have specific skills,
Right.
that you're serious about your career.
Mm-hmm.
They make you stand out.
Okay.
It's like leveling up in a video game.
I like that analogy.
Right. You get new abilities, new opportunities open up.
Yeah, that's really important in a field that's, I mean, it sounds like it's growing, but
I did it.
it's got to still be competitive out there.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of talent out there.
Yeah.
That's why RoleCatcher really stresses continuous learning.
Okay.
Taking online courses, getting certifications, networking.
Right.
Always be learning.
Okay.
Always be growing.
Right. So don't just like rest on your laurels once you've
No
won it.
complacency.
Get that first job.
Keep pushing forward.
Okay.
They even pointed out that the average salary for warehouse workers is between $25,000 to $40,000.
Okay.
But with experience and extra skills, you can earn significantly more.
So putting in the work,
Exactly.
getting those certifications could lead to a much bigger
Absolutely.
paycheck down the line.
It's an investment.
That's encouraging.
That's the key.
It is encouraging, yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Invest in your future.
Okay, so we've talked about the skills,
Okay.
the potential career paths, the earning potential.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get real, though.
Okay.
How does someone actually land one of these jobs
Right.
in today's job market? I imagine even with all that growth, it's still got to be tough to stand out.
Yeah, that's where platforms like RoleCatcher can be super helpful.
Okay.
It's not just a job board,
Yeah.
They go beyond just listing open positions.
Okay.
They really help you through that whole application process.
Okay, they've got that whole jobs section
Right.
that's pulling listings from everywhere. But what really stood out to me was the interview prep.
Yeah.
120,000 interview questions.
It's a lot.
That's a lot, spanning every career and skill.
Yeah, they've got you covered.
That's got to be a gold mine.
Yeah.
And it's not just like the generic,
No.
tell me your strengths kind of stuff, right?
It's way more in-depth than that.
Yeah.
They really get into the specifics of each role in each industry.
Okay.
A hiring manager at a warehouse isn't just looking for someone who can lift heavy boxes.
Right.
They want to know that you understand safety protocols, that you can work certain machinery, that you can be a team player.
It's a lot more to it.
Exactly.
So you got to really showcase
Yeah.
that you've done your research and you're ready.
Show them you're serious.
Yeah.
You're prepared.
Yeah.
You're the right fit for their team.
Okay. And this is where I think RoleCatcher gets really cool.
Okay.
They have AI feedback.
It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
Yeah, it's like having somebody in your corner. It's exactly.
So you're not going in there blind.
You're totally prepped and ready to go.
That's awesome.
It can make all the difference.
It really can. So it's not just about, like you were saying, giving canned responses.
No. It's about you.
That's about like pulling out.
It's about bringing your A game.
It's unique experience.
That's what makes you stand out.
This has been so eye-opening.
It's a fascinating field.
We've learned warehouse work. It's so much more
It really is.
than it seems from the outside.
It's more than meets the eye.
It's physically demanding, sure, but it requires mental agility, problem-solving skills, and there's real opportunities to grow
Absolutely.
and specialize. Plus, like we said, with e-commerce booming.
The industry's not going anywhere.
This sector
Yeah,
is
yeah,
only
yeah.
getting bigger.
Tons of opportunity.
Job security, earning potential.
That's right.
It's all there.
It's a great time to be in logistics.
But as technology changes, what does that mean
That's the big question, isn't it?
for the future of warehouse work?
What new skills are we going to need?
Are robots going to take over completely?
Or are we going to have to, like, adapt,
Exactly.
acquire new expertise?
Stay ahead of the curve.
I don't know, but it's something to think about.
It's something to ponder.
That's your homework, listeners.
Yeah, get those thinking caps on.
Big thanks to RoleCatcher for these amazing materials.
That's really insightful.
Really changed how I think about warehouse work.
It's amazing how much goes on behind the scenes.
It is, and a huge thank you to you, our listeners, for joining us
Thanks for being here.
on another deep dive into the world of work.
Until next time.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and remember.
There's a whole world of fascinating careers out there.
That's right, just waiting to be discovered.